Yeah, I got it. We are live on YouTube. Let me stop the video because there is a echoing. And yeah, okay. Good morning, YouTube. We are here with Katiana and Flavio, and today we are talking about personal branding, okay? And we are start with self-presentation, and I want to start with Flavio. Flavio, can you introduce yourself, please?
Oh, sure. I'm 46 years old. I'm living in São Paulo, capital. I'm a software developer, and I like to wind sports. I like to practice beach, the sun. I don't like cold days, cloudy days, but we have to adapt adapt with the outcomes. That's it.
Okay, Flavio, thank you. And about you, please, to start.
Uh, your voice was cut for me.
Oh, my microphone. Right. So, Katiana, can you introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, guys. Hello, YouTube. My name is Katiana. I'm 39 years old. It's almost 40. In the next week, I complete 40 years. I am an engineer. I work in the oil and gas sector with new projects in the oil and gas sector. I work in engineer area. I think I completed 16 years in this year. And I love running, I love swimming, but I don't swim in these months because it's so cold and I'm lazy, tô preguiçosa. And I complete 1 year and a half in talking. I have a decision I last year because I need focus in my career, and the English is so important for me. Now I have many meetings in English, all in English, sometimes English and Spanish, and it's so crazy. And because of this, I stay in talk 1 hour, and in this second semester, I put a new goal, and I do 2 immersions for a day, maybe 3, depends of the day, because I need to move on with my English in this second semester, because in the next year, I use more time for learning Spanish and continue the English. It's a little things about me.
Yeah, Katiana, thank you for sharing with me. So with us, yeah, all the guys here. So it's really good when we listen about your goals because it's possible to do that, yeah. And we start to realize how can the English or everything in your life can you increase when you put focus, yeah. So guys, I'm sorry about my connection, but I will try, okay, with I turn off. Katiana, please go ahead with the immersion, but I will try return. Yeah. So, and about me, guys, I'm Belle. I'm from Fortaleza, Ceará. I live in Salvador, Bahia, almost 8 years. And yeah, I'm work like an air traffic controller. And like Katiana, I started to study English because I want to improve my skills in my career, and it's really extremely important for my work to speak in English. And because of that, learning English become a challenge in my life. And nowadays I have the same goals like Katiana in the beginning of the year. I try to do one immersion per day, and it's really interesting because we start to realize how it's important to be a disciplined person. Yeah, and we can sometimes realize we can improve something. Sometimes we have we push ourselves all the time, and okay, my English is not so good, it's so hard, I'm not so good. But sometimes we receive some feedback abroad, like another person's, and it's really good when we start to realize the English or the all things in your life can improve when you try to do every day. Yeah. So it's that, and today we are talking personal branding, like we watching the video. And I want to start with you, Katiana. How would you define personal branding and why it's essential in today's personal landscape?
Professional landscape. What is professional landscape? I don't remember landscape.
It's like it's not a scenario, but it's something like an environment. And
Okay,
yeah,
okay, I understand the question now. I think when we talk about personal brand, is the form, it's the kind of the form is what you resolve the problems, your how you speak with the persons, how you your positions in front of the problem. And I think it's this kind of words define a little about personal brand, but I think it's not something your position, but for example, your your character, personal character, because depends of the person. For example, I'm an expensive person, and for me it's very easier speak with the many different public. My boss every time say about this, if he have a problem, call for Katiana, and Katiana resolve the problem, because I understand the kind of person, the form who I need abordar a pessoa. And I think this is my personal brand. When the people thought about the problem in my job, for example, with projects and HSE in projects, everyone speak call with Katiana, because Katiana resolve the problems. Katiana, it's very good with negotiation in prazos. I don't remember prazos in English, but
deadline.
I think yeah, the deadlines. Because, but for example, if if my boss need a very analytical person. For example, I'm not an analytical person. I hate Excel. And all the time I say with my boss, give me 10 lions, but don't give me one problem with Excel, because I am not this kind of person. I'm a kind of person who resolves problems. It is my brand, and I think the character of the personality of the person, it's one part of the personal brand.
Perfect definition. Yeah, I start to learn about that before that meeting, and I think your personal branding, Katiana, it's maybe some like communication. You are really good, yeah, and have a good communication with another persons, like a clients or other persons. Yeah, and because of that, I think is that. But what do you think, Flavio? What do you believe? What
Uh,
Katiana said?
I think that I don't have patience to 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 think about it, to become a different person, uh, uh, because I'm worried how the people think about me. And I I think I am uh, a very a very uh, muito, I very different, muito diferente. Is- I'm very different at Katiana because
Oh,
I I don't like to negotiate deals. I don't like to participate to meetings because I'm a technical person.
okay. Yeah. You prefer
You
like
work, oh,
in
sorry, you,
Excel.
Uh, Excel, it's a little easier to me.
But
I
maybe it's your personal branding. Yeah. It's like a tech guy, and
yeah,
any problems that
yeah,
happen will solve, yeah, in your company, for example.
yeah. I'm a technical. I like to prefer to resolve. I am programmer. I prefer to resolve technical difficulties in program in software developer and stay alone resolve this type of problems. That's participating with meetings and talking with persons because when I am doing something, I am resolve a program. And when something has have to uh, uh, say my position project to
Yeah.
directory. I don't know. It's diretoria. It's,
director. I think it's
yeah,
director.
Yeah.
directors. Directors. I feel a little worried because I have to do it. It's I have many work to do. It's so boring, and I I I asked to my colleague to do it some things because I don't. In my job, I we have many people that doing nothing, only participate of meetings uh, and give your opinions for nothing.
Yeah. Maybe confuse personal branding with self-promotion. Yeah. It's look just like to talk a lot in Hangouts, for example, show the boss something, but don't work hard.
Yeah, it's it's the resume. No, resume no,
Yeah.
resume é currículo, né? É overview, né?
Yeah, it's like that. Sometimes that's happen in our kind of jobs, yeah, because I know people like that. And we know all the guys realize who is that kind of person. Yeah.
I I have
So
I have
go ahead.
uh advantages in my work
Advantage. Yeah.
uh, has advantage because when someone do it uh, that you said when uh, surge appear or
Yeah.
suddenly suddenly appear some question they didn't know they didn't know to answer and they'll help me to answer and it's a it's a good question because everything know that they didn't do the work.
Yeah, that's it. So it's a hard situation, but happen all the time, like I said before. And we need to, in my opinion, we need to take care about ourselves, yeah, but sometimes that stressful me a lot. Sometimes, yeah. But let's continue with question number 2, Flavio. I will start with you. What are some key elements that contribute to building a strong and authentic personal branding? Because like you do work hard in your professional, but what do you think that can be improve ourselves in your job? Like you need to get another level in your company. What do you think it's important for show our skills?
I think that the first thing that we need is not character. I don't know. It's character ator, né? Caráter. Como é que é character? Caráter. É nosso caráter.
Yeah, that's it. Character.
Because our personality. Because we have to be a good person and say make a good work and not be lazy with some things and not I think we always have to do the truth the truth it's I think have to say the truth and be our better because it's a consequence and our character. But I think that I have to improve some things, and I have to be a more patient person. I think it's and explain the things explain the things more easy for something that don't can't understand. I think it's a
Yeah,
good.
we bring good points like don't be late. Yeah, it's for me, it's so important. And yeah, I choose that for me, for example. And Katiana, what do you think? Do you believe about the points that Flavius bring for us? What do you say about that? What are some key elements to contribute to building a strong personal brand?
I think when the person have a power of communication, sometimes it's more easier for explain the things, and sometimes the people understand the communication like a personal brand. But I don't know, for me, for example, everyone have a talent. And in the past, I am a boss and I have a team. And I choose different kind of talents in my team because I have one good communicator for speak with everyone in the factory. I have a girl who is an analytical person. I have the other kind of person. It's everyone, it's totally different and I think this difference it's communicate the different personal brand, and it's so important to understand about the talent in the person and develop these things in the persons, because if you have 5 communicators in your team, it's a very strong team with a communication, but you don't have one analytical person. And it's so important in the teams, you need a mixture, the talent.
Yeah.
It's yes, and I think, for example, my husband is it's the IT area. My husband is a shy person, but it's very good with planilhas, cloud, and different kind of things. When I have a problem, for example, in the first moment I say, I asked for my husband Clive to help me because it's the personal brand of my
Yeah,
husband. But if you need put this person in front of a lot of people, sometimes it's not
yeah,
it's not like a communicator. And I think the mixture, it's very interesting and respect the personal brand, who the talent this everyone have. I think it's
perfect.
very important.
Yeah, it's like a balance, yeah. And you can, because for me, when you are talking in that moment, my definition about personal branding, it's like, how can you, it's possible communicate with another person. It's not just about to talk. It's what it's possible to communicate your body, your skills, your talents, how you said. It's possible communicate with another person. Maybe it's that, yeah. So when you talk about the balance, it's really important because, like your husband or Flavio, he is very, they are really, they are really good in work hard, like to do different things in the computer. But it's really important to be good in the communication too, yeah, to show for the your boss or the team about that project or something like that. I don't know why I explain very well, but about me, I think the communication is really important to be a commitment person. It's really important too, like Flavio said, like and comply the deadlines. It's really important. And have a good skills. Yeah. Try to be a communicative person. Use the emotional intelligence. I think it's important too. Something like that. I don't know. But I try use that at my day or at my work. I think it's important. Yeah. So the question number 3, can you read, Katiana, and answer for us?
Yes, yes. 3. How can personal brands help individuals stand out in a competitive job market or industry? I think I think it's because I don't know how do you say in English diferenciar, but it's possible for you. I don't remember diferenciar in English, but for example, if you are a guy and uh, work very well, for example, with clouds, everyone remember these things, and because it diferencia você dos outros. And I think when you have a reference, when you are a reference in one thing, what you are very good in your job, in your life, the other persons remember of your face, of your or job. I I I now I think it's so important to have the personal brand because for example, uh, uh, I think the word is very small, very small. Eh, and what you do in the past 5, 6 years ago, sometimes uh, it's one thing for you get a new job in 10 years because one person 5 years ago remember your job a long time ago. And I think it's this when you are a reference in the area where you work, the people remember what you do for good or for the bad. It's
Perfect.
you have two sides.
Yeah, there are two ways to do that. Yeah, because the people will remember what delivery work you deliver for the company, or I believe I totally agree with you, but I believe sometimes the personality of the person, it's really important. And similar, in the similar way, the personal branding. And yeah, it's a good point, because we can building a good personal branding, or you can destroy it, your personal branding in your career. Yeah. What do you think, Flavio, about that?
I think that we have to think about it, uh, of how we stand out in your career. When Tatiana was explaining your opinion, I was thinking, and in my career, we have the best practices to develop the software, and we have. I am always studying about it, because I I wanted to, when something when someone say something, I want to explain some best practices to for my personal brand, because oh, it's the correct way to do it, because how the best practice she's said. And I think I always think about it, because uh, I am actually I work as a tech leader, and I want to become an expert. It's the next level of my career, and I am always thinking in this way.
Yeah, it's really good when you talk about that, because normally when the person have a strong personal branding, yeah, like a powerful personal branding, we can get a lot of money, yeah, because we can choose your um environment. It's not environment, but your company that will go to work, and we can choose that, because it's like you said, that person when have a strong personal branding, that can be smart in your area. That, and it's really important. And I have one question. It's not just about career, but it's like, Flavio, Katiana, uh, do you believe the personal branding, it's there is some, there is it's not a difference, but there is connection with self-knowledge? Do you think it's important or not? Or you just to know about you, and you just to need choose what do you want to show for another person's? What do you think, Katiana? Can you understand the question?
I think I agree with you when you speak about the self-knowledge, because, for example, uh, 3 years ago, I put in my mind, I studied for a data science, because the engineer, it's changed a lot. And now it's necessary for the engineers learning more about Python, Power BI, and many different kinds of things. But in that time, I put in my mind, I'm developing my career for the data science, because it's so high in that time. But I'm not this kind of person. After 1 year, I buy 2 new courses and don't do the class, because it's not my the thing who I love projects, I love resolve problems. I'm not the kind of person who love achar pelo em ovo. It's for isso é pra
Yeah, I
galera do
get it.
seguinte. And after one time I understand it's necessary for me understand about Python, Power BI, and technology, because it's not possible for everyone to close the eye for the technology, because the new chips in Brazil and in the world now have a lot of new technologies. It's common now. It's necessary for the engineers understand about the technology and do the easy things, because for the biggest things you have the data science, the data analyst, and the other things for support your area. But now I understand, when do you self-knowledge, when do you se conhece, it's more easier sometimes for put the energy in the things what you are very good. And
You
for
can
example,
enhance that, yeah?
yes, because for me, for example, I'm not good with Python, Power BI, and the other things. For me, it's boring. But
Yeah.
for example, for Flavio, probably Flavio loves this kind of things. It's the kind of job it's possible for Flavio brilhar. Como que é brilhar?
Yeah. Shine. Shine.
No, yes, brilhar.
Shine. What do you think about that, Flavio?
I think that it is the most important thing that we have to improve our personal brand. We know we auto self knowledge, né? And because it is we have to do what how Katrina said, we have to know how is our strong, and when we know how is our strong, we have to no we have yes you have to put our forces and in this in in, and we have to know how is your strongs and how is our weakness, and it's a most important thing that you have to do out of knowledge, and we have to persevere. I don't know.
Realize.
We have to realize we what we are doing wrong, and what I think it's the most important thing that you have to know.
Yeah, I totally agree. And because of that, I make that question for us, because I totally agree. It's really important to know about yourself and to be focused. What do you want to do and what do you love to do? Yeah, I think it's easy that way to increase your powerful in your work, in your personal life, something like that. But I have another question. It's for you, Flavio, because you are a very shy person. Yeah, you don't like so much talk that. But why did you start to study English? It's because your work, or you want to improve your communication? Tell me a little about
One
this.
correction. I am not a very shy person, but I don't like it to be a politician.
Oh, I get it.
When we have to many other our colleagues in our work that doing nothing, and we have a lot of work and some, and I feel a lot, and I prefer work that participates to meetings, because but I like to talk with my colleagues, developers, and that's it. But I just see that uh, I love the English. I like to watch movies in English, and the music
Yeah.
is, and but the main reason that after the pandemic, many opportunities to work abroad appear in the
Yes,
market,
true.
and
Yeah,
in
and
the LinkedIn, I had many contacts to
perfect.
to uh, to companies and the many different places. But when
Okay,
I did the interview, I didn't pass because my English is a little uh, weak. Uh,
no,
because
don't say that. Don't say that.
but now I am working. I am entering a banking, and uh, I don't need to. I I had a promotion, and I am uh, I subi, como que se diz?
Up, you up your
Uh,
level or
I up one level in my career, and I think that it's
yeah.
a little, but I think that one day I will speak
Okay.
English in
So
my job.
so thank you for share. It's just a curiosity. It's like a personal, but I like to listen about that. Yeah, that because that motivated me too because I'm a shy person, but when I start to study English, that's become change. Yeah, that's changed a little. So, and I have one question. It's about the question number 4, but involve your routine. Like the question number 4, it's involve social media, like you said, LinkedIn, for example. But how can we maintain the personal branding or a good personal branding when you need to work like a home office? What, Katyana, can you answer that question for us? Do you work like home office? Yeah.
Yes.
So
Uh,
how can you improve that? Did you use the social media or what it's possible to do that?
for example, now I use the LinkedIn a lot because, for example, I communicate everything with LinkedIn. For example, I work with projects, and now for example, I work in with big projects within the ESG area. And every time I put a new idea in the LinkedIn, and I think it's the space for you share your opinion, what your ideas in this area, what do you think different from the other persons. I think it's interesting. It's a possible for you share your ideas and put your food, sua pegada, mostrar para o mundo.
Perfect. I need to confess, guys, I don't use the LinkedIn. I just use social media like Instagram, but it's not possible to put the ideas or different conceptions. And I maybe I will challenge me and I will try to write some tests about that or put some insights about the work. But yeah, I think it's a good way to bring to deliver for the outside, yeah, your ideas or your failures. It's a good one. And about you, Flavio, how can it's possible enhance or increase your personal branding, use the social media? And because sometimes you work like a home office, yeah, so it's hard. I just request that, guys, because I work like a presential way and I'm a military. So here for us, sometimes just personal presentation, it's it's a valor at the company, but I don't believe that can be a strong way to show the personal branding. Yeah.
Uh, I believe that nowadays we have a market in digital, né? And I studied. I read about 5 or 7 books about market digital, and in market digitals we have many I don't know mental tiger. I don't gatilho mentais, né? Mental tiger. That I think that is correct way to pronounce it. Mental tiger is how other persons in the market digitals, and how we think about it. How is your personal brand, and market digital have a mental target. In mental target, you have one mental target that is authority. How is it's a pretty good content, and when you put good content, another followers start to follow you, and because they love your contents, and you start to make a, a net. I don't know, it's a net of relationship, and it's a good it's a good way to improve your personal brands using social media.
Yeah, it's a good type. How can I say before? I will try use that like a LinkedIn, because I think the Instagram is not the good way to do that, but it's a good one. And that's it, guys. The time is over. I will need to work in the moment, so I put here in the chat the link for survey. Give me some feedback, and I will be here. I hope, yeah, in the next Friday, 7 a.m. Thank you, Katiana. Thank you, Flavio. I love the conversation, and have a good Friday. Yeah, have a good weekend. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.